How's it going, everyone? My name is Hydro, and today we are going to finish my Eon Smoke review, and this is going to be the Eon Smoke review number 2. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about the rest of the flavors that Eon Smoke sent me. If you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch it. We mainly talked about the battery, a couple of my favorite flavors, and then just a little bit about the company, things like that, my overall impressions of the actual product. So today we're going to be talking about the rest of the flavors they sent me, and we have 5 total. So let's just go ahead and get right into it as I grab the cartomizer and throw it right on here. The first one we're going to be talking about is this one right here, the President flavor. This is going to be more for the person who is a light cigarette smoker. And when I say light, I don't mean they smoke just a little bit. I mean, Marlboro Light, Parliament, things like that. Not necessarily Camel Light, because I think Camel Lights are a little bit harsher. This one is very smooth. It doesn't have a ton of flavor, much like the light cigarettes. There aren't too many light cigarettes out there that really are just full of flavor. They're always a little bit diminished, but a little bit smoother as well. So let's take a vape and check it out real quick. Alright, so vapor production is pretty good actually. It's a smooth throat hit. You do get a throat hit, but it's not real um, presented, if that makes sense. It's there, but you don't. It's not overpowering. Like, you don't really feel it, so it doesn't really grab you. Flavor's good. It just kind of tastes like a watered down tobacco a little bit. So there's not a ton of flavor, but I think if you're a light cigarette smoker, you're kind of used to that anyway. The cartomizer is a little bit loud, not real loud, but it's definitely there, and the draw is a little hard too. It's a little, you really kind of have to hit it really kind of hard, in my opinion. It's not a deal breaker for me really, because I do like the flavor and I do like the mellowness of it, but you do really kind of have to draw on it a little bit. The next one we're going to try is one of my favorites, and this one is the cherry flavor. Cherry flavor, in my opinion, is something that's really hard to get right. So many companies have got it very wrong, and a lot of other ones that I've tried, maybe you guys have tried them too, they just taste almost like a cherry medicine or something like that. It just they don't taste good. This one tastes like a cherry Kool-Aid, which I love cherry Kool-Aid. So right away it's just like, this is amazing. Not that fresh cherry that some people are gonna want. More like a cherry flavoring, but overall really good, I think. So let's check it out. Okay, so decent vapor again on this one. Really good flavor. Flavor's coming across really well, but there is almost zero throat hit on this. It's very smooth, very easy draw, very noisy cartomizer on this one as well, but the throat hit is almost non-existent. Like, I really have to look at the tip here to see if when the 5 seconds is up, because I could be going on this for 10, 12 seconds and probably still not get a really good throat hit. So for those of you who really like a good throat hit, this is not at all going to do it for you. But for those of you wanting a really good cherry flavor, this is a great one. And I think it's satisfying amount of vapor, not a ton. I'd like to see more, but overall, a very nice vape. Not something that I would probably vape all the time, but definitely one of those ones that I look forward to. When I remember to bring one with me, I get excited when I'm actually going to throw it on here. I'm like, oh, I brought the cherry, hell yeah! So I get excited about it. So really good, but just no throat hit at all. Okay, so the next one we're going to try is the frost flavor. It's kind of hard to read that right down there because the blue kind of blends in with the black and the blue. So this one, another really cool looking cartomizer, if you can kind of see that. Another cool design on there. I just really dig that about this company. I think that this is a really cool, just hip company, you know? It's a mint flavor and definitely tastes like a dentine ice or any kind of other mint gum. So if you're into that flavor, you're gonna really like this one. Really cool throat hit from what I remember, which I like. I like in the mint cartomizers, the mint flavors. I do like that about them, is that instead of just getting this really harsh throat hit, you're getting this very cool throat hit. Especially if you're like me, I'm coming off a cold, so this is perfect. But let's get into it and check it out. So yeah, not a ton of vapor on this one. I don't know if that camera really picked it up, but it's so far the vapor's been decent on these, not great. Really nice mint flavor though. Really good mint flavor. It's it's one of those ones that kind of stays with you, like some of these do. I find that I'll be vaping these, especially on my way to work, and I'll taste it throughout the day, and I'm like, oh, it's just a really nice flavor, which is good. If the flavor was horrible, that would be a bad thing. But since I think these are good, and they stay with me, I think that's a really good thing. Like I said, very cool throat hit, and really easy draw on this too. You're not really going to have to puff very hard on this, but also a little on the noisy side. So, as I find with pretty much all of these, for the most part. And next, we have just the regular tobacco flavor. So this is going to be one of those ones where you're coming off of smoking cigarettes, you want to get into vaping. I would highly recommend going with a tobacco flavor. So anybody who wants to quit smoking, don't go for the fruit, mixed drink flavors, gourmet flavors right away. Go for something that's more like what you're used to. That's going to help you quit. Mentally, that's gonna be a lot easier than vaping something that tastes like apple, where it's totally different. You might vape that for a little bit and think your brain's gonna go to, I'd like a cigarette right now. I'm gonna go get a cigarette. So the nicotine level that you have isn't enough. I think personally, for me, I think that the combination of what you're used to, so in this case, this would be like a full flavored tobacco cigarette, or you can go with a presidential, something along those lines if you're used to smoking lights, or the last one we're going to do is going to be the menthol. Something that you're used to, something that tastes more like what you're used to, something on a battery like this that looks and feels like what you're used to, that's really going to help you quit. So that's just my little speech about that. But let's get into this. Alright, so really good vapor on this. This is out of all the cartomizers they sent me, this one is the best as far as vapor goes. It's extremely noisy. I don't know if that really goes hand in hand necessarily, but it really produces some great vapor. And the taste is good too. Tobacco is another one that's really iffy. It's real hard to get right. I've tried so many tobacco flavors, and a lot of them I just really didn't care for, except for Halo's tobacco flavors, but they're fused with so many other things that it's hardly recognizable as tobacco. But this is a fine blend. So anybody who's looking to get off cigarettes, this is really a good one to go for. I think that you'll be really satisfied with the overall flavor and the vapor production and the throat hit. Everything about this is just really nice. So I highly recommend that one, especially if you're trying to quit cigarettes. I cannot stress that enough. And I apologize if I'm talking a little bit low. Like I said, I'm coming off of having a cold, and I've been talking all day at work, so my voice is a little shot. So I apologize. This is the last one we're going to do. This is going to be the menthol flavor, and this is the one that came in the kits that they sent me. Now, keep in mind you can get either the menthol or the tobacco flavor in the economy kit. So, either way, in my opinion, you can't really go wrong because this is also a very good flavor. Again, somebody who's used to smoking menthols is going to be right at home with this. So, let's check it out. Really good vapor on that one too, actually. Nice cool throat hit, good throat hit, and it's a little quieter than the other ones, which is nice. The draw is pretty smooth overall, but you'd have to work for it a little bit. But the payoff is good, I think. So, just another one that, like I said, if you're a menthol smoker, you're gonna be right at home with this. It's a really good flavor. It tastes really good. The aftertaste is really good. You're gonna like it. Overall, these flavors are excellent. As you can see, they don't all produce the same type of vapor. Some are better than others, definitely. The build quality on these are really nice. Remind me a lot of the V2 cartomizers, so if you like V2s, you'll like these. I wouldn't recommend refilling these necessarily unless you're in a pinch where you really need a cartomizer and you've got one of these that's totally out. Maybe refill it once or twice, but I think these are really made to be disposable. So, whereas other companies, they clearly make them so you can refill them several times. These ones, I'm not really sure about that. So, but overall, these are the flavors they sent me. They have many, many more on their website. I realized that I forgot to put the link in the description of my last video to the website. I will do that on that video and this video as well, so you can go check them out for yourself. Again, if anybody didn't see my last video, pack of 5 of these is going to run you $14.99. Kind of mid-range, not the highest, not the lowest, but I think overall, very worth the price. And I will continue to buy not only some of these ones, but also some of the other flavors they have that I haven't tried. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know. I know I've been a little slow at getting back to people's comments, and for that I apologize. I've been really busy, I've been sick, a lot of stuff's been going on, and I keep getting bombarded with these comments, so I'm trying, but it's been a little bit difficult. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and you have a great night.